Close the door. Where is the wired mic? Is there? Yes, the wired mic is there. It's okay. Why to waste battery? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is a best. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, the Lord Namaha. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunjara Vihari, Gopi Janavallabha, Girivardhari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunjara Vihari, Gopi वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
Narayanam Namaskritya.
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
ततो जयमुदीरये।
Tato Jayamudire.
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
Nashtaprayeshu Adreshu.
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
देवकीनन्दनाय च
Devaki Nandanaya cha.
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
Nandagopakumaraya.
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय
Namah Pankajanaಭaya.
नमः पङ्कजमालिने
Namah Pankajamaline.
नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय
Namah Pankajanetraya.
नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे
Namaste Pankajangre.
नमो महावदन्याय
Namo Mahavadanyaya.
कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते
Krishna Prema Pradayate.
कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्या
Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya.
नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः।
Namine Gauratishe Namaha.
नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय
Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya.
गौब्राह्मणायिताय च
Go Brahmanayaya cha.
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय
Jagatpitaya Krishnaya.
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय
Namah Om Vishnupadaya.
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale.
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
स्वामीनिति नामिने
Swami Niti Namine.
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे
Namaste Saraswati Deve.
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
Gauravani Pracharine.
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
Paschatya Deshatarine.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
प्रभो नित्यानंद
Prabhu Nityananda.
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
हरे राम
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
राम राम हरे हरे
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
कुं करोति वाचालं गायति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनकारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्। ॐ पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थितं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षः सः भ्याप्यान्तरम्। श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji, for coming. Very grateful. We all are assembling every Sunday and continuing the process. That's very, very important. How we start, when we start, is one thing. Where it ends, how it ends is another thing. But in between is a choice of following the process. Right? And the most important thing in our spiritual life is association and our dependence on the association. Before I chant this verse, I was going to share one incident that happened. I was with His Grace Mother Gopinath Prabhu. We were roommates for 10 days in Godaniko village recently. And every morning I used to get up and he used to wait for the toilet. We had the same toilet. And I'd finished my thing and then he has to start. And 4:30 we have to be in the Mangalarati. Sometimes it was very cold, so I used to sometimes sit and chant inside of it and go to the Mangalarati, all that. So one of the mornings I got up around 4 o'clock, and then I went into the restroom. We do many things in the restroom when you get up in the morning, that's a different thing. But I suddenly saw an ant, big ant, big black ant, Ganduchi matter. Little, you can, it's big. It was on the ground and it was struggling this side, that side, that side, that side. It was like rolling in pain. And I was looking at it. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was looking at it. What's going on with it? What can I do? What can I do with this ant? And it's struggling, it's not like, you know when it's struggling. You can notice it, right? It's not like it's eating. It's falling this side, again, it's falling this side, falling this side. I'm looking at it and looking at it. 10 minutes I was just looking at it. I was feeling like it's dying. Maybe it's dying. What can I do? Can I do something? Okay, I'll chant. But what about it? It's pain. It's going through pain. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe its leg is broken. Maybe its neck is broken. You can't figure out, right? I mean, like, and what can you do? And I was wondering what to do with this. One thought came, should I kill it? Because it's going through so much. Maybe one shot, it will be done. It doesn't have to go through it. But then, what if it will walk? What if it will get up and walk? It happened once. It happened once when I was chanting once. Again, some other thing. I was chanting and suddenly one insect which bites, it came towards me. It has wings and it's like an ant, but it has wings. It bites actually. It came towards me. I was trying to like blow it away, but it was not going. So, normally we do this, right? We keep it like this. We go nearby, not from far, nearby, do it like this. But when I did it, I felt I rolled over its body. Meaning, I might have completely destroyed its body also. It just rolled and it fell there, and it was motionless. Barely 2 fingers were moving. I said, Krishna, what did I do? I killed a living entity, my God, knowingly in front of me. Of course, we kill so many when we're driving, we don't notice. But in front of me, what should I do? Then I was looking at it, kept my chanting while I was looking at it. I was not able to figure out what's happening. My eyes could not see what damage I did. Then I took my mobile, I zoomed it with camera. I was looking at it, kya hua isko? And that fellow was like this, like completely, one leg it was moving like this. I said, Krishna, what should I kill it now? Because I might have destroyed its body, it may not walk. Then I actually thought, Radha Gopi or the deities are in front of me and the ant is in front of me. Okay, I have to take one more birth like ant. Maybe, this is what Krishna you are conveying to me. I thought I'll kill it. That was one of the thoughts. Okay, relieve it from suffering. I don't want to be brigaring, killing it half and looking at it. And actually, I lifted my hand. That fellow got up and started walking. My God, if that fellow would not have done that, I would have killed it. पता नहीं क्या नाटक कर रहा था वहाँ पे. It went off. Same thing I was looking at this ant. Should I kill it or should I not kill it? Right? Because it's painful to see, a living entity struggling. I was thinking, what if I am in that state? There's nobody around me. I don't have any devotees around me. And I'm beating my body one side to another side because it's broken apart. And I'm dying. There's nobody to pray for me, nobody to chant for me. And what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I said, no, let me leave it like that. So I did my morning course, I got ready and then I slowly moved the ant to the side of the wall because after me, Madhav Gopinath Prabhu, he might just stamp on it. It was on the way. Then it was around 4:30, we both got ready. Then I said, Prabhu, I don't think I can go out because it's very cold outside. I'll chant here only. Prabhuji told, okay, I'll also chant here only. So both of us sat in the room and we were chanting. Around 7 o'clock. By 7:30, we should go to Radha Vrindavan Vihari and then Radha Madan Mohan. Right? So we said, okay, I'll 7:15 I start chanting. Almost 16 rounds were over. 1-2 rounds were left. Then he said, okay, I'll go to restroom. I opened the door just to see what is the situation. It was still beating itself. 2.5 hours beating itself. I was thinking, should I kill this? Should I kill it? Because I was seeing it is going through it. Maybe it's not able to breathe. You know how an asthma patient struggles? It's a very horrible struggle where you can't breathe. Don't know what's happening. Then I went to the restroom, I came out. Then Prabhuji also, then we both went for Mangalarti, then we came back from Mangalarti. And then I was thinking about the ant, you know. I sat in the Bhagavatam class, 8 o'clock, and I was thinking about the ant. What is going on with the ant? What is the situation? Then 8:45, 9 o'clock, the Bhagavatam class got over. Then 10 o'clock, our course starts, so we had to come back to the room. So I came back to the room, I went and opened the door, and it died. It left. I could see it's not moving. So I moved it this side, moved this side, that side, completely. Then I was really thinking how merciless, how brutal this material world is, right? That ant might have served its society and society, right? And getting grains, whatever. Nobody was there with it. Then I was actually thinking, how fortunate am I? How fortunate are we? Then I told this to Madhavapana, nobody was there, you know, hand died. Madhavapana told, you were there, you were there. I said, no, Prabhu, I was there, but when it died, nobody was there. We both were in Bhagavatam class. Anyway, so when we observe this material world closely, and when we see what exactly is happening, all you can see is birth and death everywhere around us. Right? And that is what should awaken us and make us think, what exactly are we doing here? And in this life, how fortunate are all of us? We have a center, we have a Bhagavad Gita shloka, we have devotees sitting right beside you. In your house also there are devotees, wife is a devotee, husband is a devotee, children are devotees, or maybe they become a devotee one day, I don't know, whatever direction it goes, but it's a devotionally conducive atmosphere. How much Krishna has done for us? Right? I don't want to die like the ant. I don't want to die like the ant. So I came back, then I was discussing this with my dear Bhagavad. That's what we discussed. When we meet, we discuss about ants and birds. So I was telling Bhagavad, what is this life? You know, so fearful, so scary. Even we meditate on this, how the end will be, what position I will be. Then Prabhuji told an amazing thing. I asked him, what is your prayer? What is your prayer at this stage of life? You crossed your 50 and something can go wrong at any time. What is your prayer? He told his personal prayer, he told. This really inspired me. He told, hey Krishna, I know death is inevitable, but I don't want to die in fear. I don't want to die in fear. I want to die happily thinking about you. This is my desire. Fulfill it. Is it very good? Yes. I don't want to die. భయపడుతూ చావు తెలుసుకోలేదు. నా చావు ఎప్పుడు వచ్చినా నిన్ను గుర్తు చేసుకుంటూ నిన్ను స్మరిస్తూ చనిపోవాలి. You know, I would like, it's a very deep prayer, because after 50, you know, you start getting doubts on your own body. Many doubts start coming. This hand will not rise. Suddenly you will feel 20 diseases. Yeah. Right? You can't get another 10 diseases. All names will come. Full Google list will come for everything. Right? Fear will come. But how to overcome that fear is, Atiji is a doctor. You know, she knows so many ways people commit diseases. But disease does bring fear. But the fear is coming because we are attached to this body. But fear is there. It's a valid feeling. You shouldn't be guilty that why we are fearful. But the prayer should be, Krishna, please, at the time of death at least, don't make me fearful. I want to remember you. What is that shloka by Mukundamala? Krishnattvadiya padapankajaratam adhyayame visatum sadasam Prana samaye kapavanta pittam kantha avardhana vidhau smaranam pukaste. At this point, I am ready, Krishna, take me. Because I don't know how I will be tomorrow. I don't know. The kapavata pitta will be in my throat. I can't remember you. Now I want to remember you. Take me. I'm ready. Because all devotees are there. What is the best situation to die? Sunday evening, right? Yeah. Sunday evening is best. If you are in your house, then it's the worst time. But if you are in center, it's the best time to die, isn't it? Wow, what a death. All devotees are around you and they're saying, "Go, ciao, we are chanting for you. You will go." क्या bro? Huh? Yeah, Barsana Rani Mati. Sunday evening only she left. We were supposed to go to some, whose house that day Satsang was? I think Praveen Prabhu's house. Satsang was in Praveen Prabhu's house. 4 o'clock I sent a message, moved it to her house. We all normally go at 5:30 only. Prabhuji went at 4:50 only, 4:30 only. By the time we went, Navandar was already chanting. Mataji was in her last minutes. We didn't realize that. And then I came, I said, okay, I'm going to chant one kirtan that she likes. And after that, we were supposed to read the Bhishma Deva's prayers. Bhishma Deva prayers. Yeah, her desire was, she liked the Bhishma Deva prayers. And even before we started, Radha Krishna Pranamola Jagala Krishna, I just finished that and I could see she is gasping, and within minutes, 15 minutes, she left her body. That's why I was holding the camera. It was one of a kind of experience, right? We all were like kind of 1 year something Casey at the time? 2 years something, yeah. But what an experience she gave! What an experience! And she died without a single tinge of fear. That I wanted that. Many people came to me, many actually, whenever I go to temple, somebody from somewhere who saw that video, around, I don't know, 500-600 people are watching it live. We kept it on, 500-600 people are watching it live. Then they come and they, Prabhuji, when I die, will you come and chant? I tell them, if you come when I die, I'll come. There's no logic in that, right? I mean, I died already. I will come. I don't want to come like a ghost. But yeah, everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. And Prabhuji is one thing, if we are sincere, even if we are not advanced in devotion, sincerity is what counts. Sincere prayer. Sincerely, without any sincere prayer. Krishna, please be there when I am leaving this body. Because it can come anytime, please be there. And he will take care. He will take care. My father, I've seen, my family, we are not any great devotees. We are just struggling devotees in our own life. My father was a normal person, who had all kinds of desires and everything. But he came toward devotion. But at the end of his life, he became very sincere. Krishna made him sincere. I don't know. We were surprised how sincere he became. Every day, 3.5 hours of reading Bhagavad, 3.5 hours, every day, every single day, writing notes. I used to see, I'm not reading like you. Hearing for 2-3 hours, reading for 3.5 hours. He stopped going to relative parties. Somebody's engagement, somebody's marriage, somebody's group provision. I'm 76. How many more group provisions am I supposed to see? How many more marriages I'm supposed to see? And I don't care. I'm done. Whose our marriage I have to see? I've seen. He told me like that. He's like, clear. I pay. I'm ready. This is what. I was surprised to see that because we know our parents, we know our children, but you don't see the transformation suddenly coming out. But when he got that hemorrhage and he got completely, he lost his conscience. 3 years, 2 years, 10 months, completely, not in his state. But one amazing thing, no complaints. No complaints. Not a single time he was irritated and saying, why it happened to me? Where is this? Some people do that on the bed, They get very angry for serving. No complaints. And he would wait for when Bhagavad Prabhu will come and meet him because he was so dear to Bhagavad Prabhu. They have some relation in past life, no doubt about it. This can't be a coincidence. And that day, when he was leaving, he waited for Bhagavad Prabhu. Literally waited, holding his breath with me. Bhagavad Prabhu came, 10 minutes he left the body, in his hands. Literally in his hands. Bhagavad Prabhu was chanting, crying. Bhagavad Prabhu was crying. That you were waiting for me. And I don't know what he was thinking. I was crying. My mother was crying. We were there in between everybody. He could have died any time, right? In the night when we are all sleeping, or he could have anything. But Krishna is there. He is making sure the most dear person you want will be in front of you to chant. Do you know who is most dear to you, whom you want to come when you are leaving the body? Have you decided? Start thinking. Start thinking. I mean, not a person, but the desire that, I want to be with devotees. I want all of you when I'm leaving the body. Yes. Please pray. Now that gives a lot of faith, right? And Balu prayed and was there and immediately told my wife, bring Tulsi water. She ran and she went. Literally she ran because the moment came. We would not. How would you know it came? But he could guess it. I don't know how he guessed it. He said, time and Mataji, get the Tulsi water. She ran, she went Tulsi leaf, she kept Ganga water, she poured, kept the Tulsi. One breath, one last breath. He left. And that was glorious departure, I must say. Because he went to devotees, right? Devotees, not like the tank. Not like the tank. Not like the tank. The ant which left the body with nobody around it. And even if they're there, what are they waiting for? Many relatives, what do they do when you're dying? They literally come and wait. When will this go? That's what they ask, right? After some time, people when will this fellow die? But we don't want to be surrounded by such people. Power Prabhu came, whole night he was doing kirtan. Whole night he was doing kirtan. I had back pain. They said, Prabhu, 1 or 2 hours I have to sleep. I don't know how I slept also. On one side, my father's dead body is in the house and just go 2 hours and Balu didn't sleep only. Morning, almost 6 o'clock. Right? Why am I sharing this, Prabhuji and Mataji? This wealth, I want to congratulate all of you. You all have already gained it. Just by coming to Bhakti Center, just by coming to Srila Prabhupada, we all have already gained that wealth. Can we assure each other that when that moment comes, we will be there for each other? Can we assure that in front of Jagannath? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 15.7 Mamaivansho jivaloke Mamaivansho jivaloke Jiva bhuta sanatana Mana shastandriyani Mana shasta indriyani Prakritisthani karshati Translation purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to the conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which includes the mind. Karshati, struggling very hard. Right? Krishna knows what we are going through. Let's read the purport. Somebody take the mic and read the purport. First paragraph.
In this verse, the identity of the living being is clearly given. The living entity is the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord eternally. It is not that he assumes individuality in his conditional life and in his liberated state becomes one with the Supreme Lord. He is eternally fragmented. It is clearly said, Sanatanaha. According to the Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions of which the primary expansions are called Vishnu Tattva, and the secondary expansions are called the living entities. In other words, the Vishnu Tattva is the personal expansion, and the living entities are the separated expansions. By his personal expansion, he is manifested in various forms like Lord Rama, Narasimhadeva, Vishnu Murti, and all the predominating deities in the Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, the living entities, are eternally servitors. The personal expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the individual identities of the Godhead, are always present. Similarly, the separated expansions of living entities have their identities. As fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, the living entities also have fragmental portions of his qualities, of which independence is one. Every living entity, as an individual soul, has his personal individuality and a minute form of independence. By misuse of that independence, one becomes a conditioned soul, and by proper use of independence, he is always liberated. In either case, he is qualitatively eternal, as the Supreme Lord is. In his liberated state, he is freed from the material condition, and he is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. In his conditioned life, he is dominated by material modes of nature, and he forgets the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world.
Repeat after me. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. Can somebody else read the next paragraph?
Hare Krishna. The living entities, not only human beings and the cats and dogs, but even the greater controllers of the material world, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and even Vishnu, are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. They are all eternal, not temporary manifestations. The word karshati, struggling or grappling hard, is very significant. The conditioned soul is bound up as though shackled by iron chains, is bound up by the false ego, and the mind is the chief agent which is driving him in this material existence. When the mind is in the mode of goodness, his activities are good. When the mind is in the mode of passion, his activities are troublesome. And when the mind is in the mode of ignorance, he travels in the lower species of life. It is clear, however, in this verse that the conditioned soul is covered by the material body with the mind and the senses, and when he is liberated, this material covering perishes. But his spiritual body manifests itself in its individual capacity. The following information is there in
Madhyantanayana Shruti.
Madhyantanayana Shruti. Sava Isha Brahma Nishtainam Sareram Madhyam Atishya Brahma Sampatya Brahmana Pashyati Brahmana Smruti
Brahmani Vedam Sarvam Anubhavati.
It is stated here that when a living entity gives up this material embodiment and enters into the spiritual world, he revives his spiritual body, and in his spiritual body, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He can hear and speak to him face to face, and he can understand the Supreme Personality as he is. From Smriti, also it is understood Vasanti Yatra Purusha Sarva Vaikunta Murtyaya. In the spiritual planets, everyone lives in bodies featured like the Supreme Personality of Godheads. As far as bodily construction is concerned, there is no difference between the part and parts of living entities and the expansions of Vishnu. In other words, at liberation, the living entity gets a spiritual body by the grace of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please repeat after me. At liberation,
Liberation.
the living entity
The living entity
gets
gets
a spiritual body
a spiritual body
by the grace
by the grace
of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can somebody else speak? The third one.
The words Mamai Vamsha, fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are also very significant. The fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord is not like some material broken part. We have already understood in the second chapter that the spirit cannot be cut into pieces. This fragment is not materially conceived. It is not like matter, which can be cut into pieces and joined together again. That conception is not applicable here because the Sanskrit word Sanatana, eternal, is used. The fragmental portion is eternal. It is also stated in the beginning of the second chapter that in each and every individual body, the fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord is present. Dehinosmin yata dehe. That fragmental portion, when liberated from the bodily entanglement, revives its original spiritual body in the spiritual sky, in the spiritual planet, and enjoys the association with the Supreme Lord. It is, however, understood here that the living entity, being the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is qualitatively one with the Lord, just as the part and parcels of the gold are also gold. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So what is the most hope-giving statement in this shloka? Their eternal fragmental parts, right? And Prabhupada explains, being part doesn't mean that we are apart, right? We're not like broken apart. We're not like brought out of him and parted away. We are still part of him. We are in the material world doesn't mean that we are not with the God. We are with him. There is no point in our life when we are not with him. But the only thing is that we are forgetful. We are forgotten. We are not seeing him because we don't want to see him. We want to enjoy this world without him. Right? We keep hearing that. Only after coming to ISKCON this thing is told. Before that, nobody knows that we are actually envious of God. Isn't it? How many of you felt surprised when you heard this for the first time? I'm envious of God. Really? I'm envious of God? Are Then how do you understand? As you start seeing how you are living, then you actually realize that, my God, actually I have rejected him. I don't want him because I pray him, but I only pray for my own benefits. But here, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is telling in Bhagavad Gita 15.7 that we are his eternal fragmental parts. So, as the Chaitanya Charan was explaining in one place that we should never become hopeless as long as we remember that we are his eternal fragmental parts. When we are his eternal fragmental parts, does he have a plan for us? Yes, he has a plan for us. He has a plan for every single living entity. So where is the question of being hopeless? We become hopeless when we forget that we are his eternal fragmental parts. That is when we become hopeless. Hopeless. Hare Krishna. Material world is hopeless. Material life is hopeless. But soul is not hopeless. Soul is part of him. Nahanyate Vimane Sharire. I don't die. Nainam Chandanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Nachainam Klerayanti Apo, Nashoshati. Nothing can burn me, nothing can cut me, nothing can extinguish me. Such a great philosophy is being told about soul. Which other scripture in the planet talks about soul like this? Which mental education tells you who you are? Bhagavad Gita is telling. And we should never become hopeless as long as we remember that we are his eternal part. Right? He has a plan for each one of us. We just have to be patient and go through his plan. And his plan might also have ups and downs in terms of disturbing us in our material situation. But spiritual situation, there is no disturbance as long as we remember that. Problem is, we we keep forgetting who we are. Isn't it? How many times in a day we forget who we are? Or rather, the question should be, how many times in a day we remember who we are? Right? Most of the time we don't remember who we are. We get boggled with so many things. But that's why that's the greatness of a sadhu. The sadhu always remembers who he is. That is why he's composed. That is why he's absolutely calm. He's not disturbed. He's not disturbed. He does what he does. I was discussing this story in the morning. Tulsidas. Tulsidas was meditating on the banks of Banaras, in Varanasi. He was sitting and meditating. Ram, 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 Hey Ram, 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 Ram. Holy name he was chanting. And one dead body was going in front of him. One lady was crying. How many of you know the story? Anybody know? Yeah, you know because you heard it today morning. I'm repeating, it's a repeat for you. But so the dead body was going and wife was crying. That whoever died, his wife was crying. Oh, my husband has died. My husband has died. Maybe he was young, old, I don't know. But he died. And the dead body was going to the Manikarnika Ghat for cremation, famous in Varanasi, right? And Tulsidas was sitting on the way towards Manikarnika Ghat and he was saying, Ram, 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 Ram. He was chanting. He was serving the Lord Ram by chanting his name. And this lady looked at Tulsidas, she fell at his feet. Oh, my husband has died. Swamiji, my husband has died. Oh, who will take care of me now? And he just looked at her. Ram, Ram, Ram. He just continued to chant. She looked at him. Ram, Ram. And immediately that fellow got up. The dead body, that person got up. He was looking around like this. So you can go and think, maybe he never died, he was unconscious, he was declared dead, all those philosophies you can go. But it's a true incident that happened. It's documented in the historical books. I know many of us don't like to hear when a brown skinned person says this. White skin you accept, right? It's in Oxford University. Karma. Right? It's in Oxford University. There is a book. And in that it is mentioned about Tulsidas, this incident. And the news went around that, oh, this sadhu chanted Ram, 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 and the dead body got up. And that time, that fellow, Akbar, he was ruling that part of the country in the North India, Delhi. The news went to him. Immediately he said, hey, I'm Akbar, the Sultanate, oh, really there is one person like that who can make dead bodies get up? I want that person here. Go get him here. So a lot of people, his army went to that Manikarnika Ghat and said, who is this person who is famous now? And they went and they told, oh, it is you? Our great emperor is calling you. No, Bada Sahab Bulaya. Tulsidas was like, Bada Sahab, to hamare saath hai. Ram, Ram, Ram. And they said, no, Bada Sahab Bulaya, you have to come. The sadhu is not scared of any of these things, right? Sadhu is like, he's with Ram. He's like, जब उस तरफ आएंगे आके मिलेंगे. When I come towards that direction, I'll meet him. Hey, who are you talking to? It's Akbar. Akbar who called, like that. Tulsidas didn't care for it. Oh, really? Okay. They didn't understand. They lifted him. They lifted him and took him to Akbar. And in the big arena of Akbar, he looked at, oh, you are the sadhu who made dead people alive? Really? Make somebody alive and show me. And Tulsidas said, I never did anybody, I never made anybody alive. I was just chanting Ram Ram. Even now I'm doing chanting Ram Ram. So he became alive. I don't know. I never did. If Ram wants, anybody can be alive. Rakhi Krishna Mare Koi? What did I do? And like, you don't want to show this miracle? You arrogant fellow, put him in jail. Let me see what his chant will do in the jail. Like that, Akbar put him in jail. And he went in the jail. The sadhu doesn't matter whether he's in Manikarnika Ghat or whether he's in the jail there. Right? He was sitting in the jail and he was speaking about Ram. Then he wrote the first shloka of Hanuman Chalisa. What is the first shloka? Anybody knows? Shri Guru Sarana Sarvojanaja Yajamana. That one he wrote. First Chaupahi, he wrote that. And then he was very happy, very composed. And the next day he wrote the next one. Next day he wrote the next one. 40 days. He was just writing one after the other, the Hanuman Chalisa. Right? When he wrote the final 40th, right? The 40th one when he wrote, immediately all the monkeys in the whole region, they attacked the palace. It was not like an ordinary attack. I don't know how many of you have experienced a monkey attack. It's crazy, right? It was like scary, all are attacking. And immediately, whatever that mullah, one of the priests in the Mughal side, he understood something. This is a reaction of nature which is beyond our conception. The Supreme Lord, with whatever name we call, he is not happy. Immediately sent a message, he went to Akbar. He said, you did something wrong. You did something wrong. Recollect what you did wrong. He might be thinking, I did everything wrong. You did something wrong. You try to recollect what wrong you did. Then he remembered, 40 days back I jailed a sadhu. He was brought here, he didn't show a miracle, so I jailed him. He said, he's a pure devotee. You didn't do the right thing. Go and beg for forgiveness, because this pralaya is not going to stop. Immediately Akbar went to Tulsidas. He fell at his feet. Please forgive me. I didn't realize what I did. And Tulsidas, no problem. Ram. That's it. All the monkeys started going there. It's documented. Historical incident that happened. Now you say chanting of holy name, does it have power? Of course it has power. Time and again it has shown. This is like what? Few hundred years ago, this incident I'm talking about. All the monkeys started going away, and then immediately Akbar made a statement. Any Ram or Hanuman devotee, don't touch them. Don't mess with them. So it was a big statement. Yeah. Then of course, the useless family continued. Aurangzebs and other cruel people, they took birth and they continued to smash and did so many wrong things. But a sadhu like Tulsidas was not affected by any of this, because they are under the protection of Krishna, they are in the protection of Rama. They don't have to worry about it, because they are very clear. Mame Vamshe Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta. I am part of him. He has a plan for me. Why should I worry? Why should I worry? Very, very clear about it. Yeah. But the problem is the second part, right? They are struggling very hard with their six senses, which includes the mind. They are struggling with misuse of choice. We are misusing the choice. We are getting allured. We are getting material allurements are distracting us. Is it not true? Every morning you get a call, right? What is that call? Sir, we are calling from HDFC Bank. Right? Your pre-approved credit card is ready. Like, really? Pre-approved for me? What did I do? To get the approval, huh? Pre-approved. So, such a glorious call, right? I mean, does anybody else call you like that in the house? Huh? You are so special. You are pre-approved. Your credit limit is this much. Does your boss say anything? Your credit limit is this much. But somebody who doesn't know you tells you that. Right? Sir, you are. So sometimes they even tell, sir, no documentation required. You're already approved. You tell the address, the card will come to your house. Right? But we don't take it, right? Most of us are not taking it. Why we are not taking it?
We have to repay.
There will be hidden charges. There will be hidden charges. On top of that, what is the other problem? You take that card and go to Inorbit Mall, full. You swipe that, then what happens? Long bill will come. Right? Then, hey, you never told that. You told them pre-approved to enjoy. Right? You never told me that now I have to pay that approval, pay it back also. Of course we know, but a fool will think like that, isn't it? I have to pay that also. And then if you don't pay, what will happen? The Yamadutas will come to your house. They'll search you. In which apartment? Sir, cut it. You have to pay. Otherwise, take your stuff in your house. You know that? I don't know. I have never gone through the situation, but some people tell they actually come and take the stuff in your house. They have goons they appoint to get this vasuli done. Even this credit card companies.
Recovery agents.
Recovery agents, Polish name, right? Recovery agents. Wow, what a beautiful name. Yeah, so they'll come and they'll recover. So just like those allurement call of credit card, even this material world is all the time alluring us with choices. Enjoy the senses. You are pre-approved for enjoyment, right? And when we take that allurement and we say, okay, now I deserve to enjoy, then what happens? Pay for it. Pay for it. How you have to pay? Life after life. So do you want to on the AC button today? It's already on. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we are so much used to making ourselves comfortable in a place which is created to create discomfort. Right? Material world is created to create discomfort. And he is telling it openly. Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Brand name is Dukkhalayam. Ashashvatam is the way it works. Right? But we are trying to create comfort inside there. Right? We want everything conducive. Even in devotional life, we want it conducive. What is the best satsang? Where I am respected. That is the best satsang. Huh? What is the best venue for satsang? Well, there is AC. Isn't it? That is the best venue. Huh? What is the best class? What is the best class you want to hear? Where there are jokes. There are jokes, Prabhuji. Oh, no. Even Prabhuji? Best class means where free entertainment, jokes. 36 teeth we should see every day. Jokes are played. What is the best prasadam? Which is immediately served. Soon. Finish the class fast. It should be served soon. So many allurements, right? What is the best kirtan? Best tune. Best tune. The tune should be like, in the born tune. I also know the tune. You don't know the tune? You don't know kirtan. Tune లేదు. మనిషి అంటే కళాపోషణ ఉండాలి. డైలాగ్ ఉంది కదా. Who is the best devotee? Who is the best devotee? Who knows about my glories. Every time he comes, wow, Prabhuji, Mataji, you are like amazing. Amma, yeah. Sunday is best Sunday. And poet all good in. Right? Who is the best guru?
No instruction.
Who is accessible? On my terms is accessible. I can call my guru. You know, once one devotee came and told me, Prabhuji, I don't want to take initiation from a guru I can't meet. I should be able to talk to him whenever I want. So what is it? Is it a guru or is it a water supplier or what is he? What is he? What have we reduced him to? There is one Maharaj, his name is Veda Vyasa Priya Maharaj. Wonderful sannyasi Maharaj. He goes to the railway station to receive his disciples. And he can go to that extent also. Because he is very merciful. Because he is actually serving. He is actually serving. When Prabhuji is from Australia, his name is Ojas Prabhu. I used to meet him in Yatra. So he told me, oh, my Gurudev comes to receive me in train station. I feel so embarrassed. I tell him, Maharaj, don't come. He comes to the railway station. He said, Prabhu, you have come. He's telling, maybe he's doubtful I'll run away. So he comes and picks me up, making sure that I'm progressing in spiritual life. So Guru is not. But unfortunately, in spiritual life, that is a priority now. Who will take initiation from? From where I'll get very soon. Soon I should get. Which Guru gives soon? Prabhu, 6 నెలల్లో ఎవరు ఇస్తారు? అరే Why do you want Guru for? Very accessible and very easily I should get initiation. Some people even go to extent, my language, Guru should speak my language. Telugu Guru unnara మీ దగ్గర? Right? There's nothing wrong, of course, You want to hear from the Guru, you want to understand what he's speaking. But a Guru's mercy doesn't come by language or access, it comes by seva. It comes by seva. Many people did not understand sometimes what Prabhupada was speaking. The Bengali English accent, so difficult, but they surrendered to Prabhupada. Many times not understanding what he's saying also. Sometimes a thick Bengali accent Prabhupada has, sometimes. We will understand India, don't think about them. We Indians, we can easily understand what Prabhupada is saying. Because our English is more or less there. But think about Westerners. They didn't understand what Prabhupada is speaking sometimes, but they surrendered. Why? Because they look at the sincerity of Prabhupada in serving his Guru. Many people say that. We were impressed with the sincerity of Prabhupada for his Guru. And that is the reason we surrendered. Right? So the best Guru is not the one who is most accessible, but they are struggling with the six senses, right? Six senses. We want that Guru to serve our senses. We want Guru to serve our mind. So we'll choose that kind of Guru. Right? How cheap it is. How cheap it is. Oh, the Guru is giving initiation, sir. Mera bhi laga do. So what? I mean, we have to choose a Guru. And if you can't choose a Guru, you can ask a Shiksha Guru how to choose a Guru. You have to hear his lectures, understand the mood, and take up services for that Guru. You should take up services for that Guru. And then we get attached to that Guru. Vyasa Puja of Guru is the most important thing. Most important thing. So that day you can see, you can get inspired how other disciples of that Guru is serving the Guru. Because, the biggest illusion is when you start thinking, I think I only understand my Guru. Then another big Maya. I am the best disciple of my Guru. That also people think. That's not the way. Another kind of sense gratification. Isn't it? Yeah. So the best satsang, best hall, best venue, best Guru. Everything we want to change because it is not conducive to my senses. What is the best mantra? So far it is Hare Krishna mantra. At least now, I don't think we are intending to change it. So it's chala kodukundi bro. Thank you, sir. Om Namo Vasudevaya. I can do 108 times. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Malli Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Why? Inta podu mantra enduku? Mantra seems long when we don't have faith, when we don't have any surrender towards the mantra. Chanting becomes a ritual. Chanting is ritual. When you have no faith in the holy name, when you have faith like what Tulsidas had, then chanting is the best time of your day. Best time of your day is when you are chanting. We should bring ourselves that you are getting up in the morning. Now I have to chant the rounds. And during the chanting, if somebody comes and says, Prabhuji, can you come for that? No, Prabhu, at least let me finish my rounds. This is the time I'm connecting with Krishna. This is the time exclusively I'm talking to Krishna. This is the time I'm calling his name. I'm begging him. I'm asking him for shelter. Let me do that for 2 hours, Prabhu, please. Don't disturb me. This is the most important time. The rest of the day, I don't know what is waiting for me. Let me chant my rounds properly. Best time of the day when nobody disturbs you, which is in the morning. Voluntarily, nobody will come and disturb you. No Amazon fellow will send an entry request at 5 o'clock. Right? Sit down and chant. 5 to 7, 2 hours it takes. 2 hours it takes. Don't try to finish the rounds. It will anyway get finished. Don't worry. You will get finished, but the rounds also get finished. Don't have to worry about that. They'll get finished. But chant, when you're chanting, just chant. Just chant. Choose a spot in the house. When you're chanting, just chant. And when you're chanting, don't chant like ritual. Actually, you're begging. Chuskoro Naina, I don't want to die like the ant. I don't want to die hopelessly. I don't want to leave the body in fear. Ask for a prayer. Talk to God. How many of you are talking to God? Please, you can. Yeah, you talk, right? Yeah. Mataji's, you talk? Yeah, please do that. He likes it. And don't think they are going in vain. Every single conversation is equally potent when it is done sincerely. And chanting is the exclusive time to talk. Prayerfully, beg. Every round, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasadi, Gaura Bhakta-vrinda, Gaura Bhakta-vrinda, Gaura Bhakta-vrinda, Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. This Gaura Bhakta-vrinda is very powerful. Gaura is powerful, his Bhakta-vrinda is even more powerful. Right? Entire Bhakta-vrinda. Please accept my chanting. I don't know what nonsense I'm doing all day. I don't know what I'll do. Please accept my chanting. I want you to bless me with some faith that I'm chanting. Please, 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 please. Those 2 hours, and I'm telling you, when your chanting is like that, not trying to fake it, but actually you make it, you actually try to chant like that, then after that chanting, you'll feel a lot of happiness. There'll be a very, very, I'm not able to put it in words, kind of satisfaction, a kind of strength. You feel a kind of strength. You feel blessed. You feel connected. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. I am part of him. You'll feel that. Right? And all the biggest fears will go away. Now, fear going away happens due to faithful connection also, due to ignorance also. There are a lot of people who don't believe in God. They lead a life declaring that they are atheists and they die without fear. That also is possible. One of my uncles, unfortunately, absolute atheist. He has led a life only committing sins. I go to meet him. He may die anytime now. It's like diagnosed with cancer. It took 2 weeks to 10 days, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. Now the time is ticking. That is the stage of his diagnosis. He's still not keen to know who is he. He's not keen. He's 76. He's not keen. I want to go and sit with him and I want to tell him. But he doesn't want to hear. That is another level of ignorance, right? When you are not ready to hear, then even God will not help you. Right? And with the right consciousness, if you don't ask, even if you want to, you will not get God. Conscience is very, very important. Argument's sake, if you say, tell me, unnada, chappu. If you tell like that, and you go and tell that person, there is no use. Actually, that shloka is there here, this, is it? I think 15th chapter, 11th shloka, I think. Yeah. Yeah, there is a shloka. Yatanto yoginas chainam pashyanti atmani avasthitam yatanto api akratatmano nainam pashyanti achetasa. The enduring transcendentalists who are situated in self-realization can see all this clearly. Devotees can see. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place. Last line. Though they may try. My God. Just imagine. Even if they want to try, they can't see. Krishna is telling this. Or ప్రయత్నించే వాళ్ళకి కనబడడు కృష్ణుడు ఎందుకంటే ప్రేమ లేదు. They have no attraction towards hearing about God. They have no attraction to know about God. How will you become attracted to God? When you hear about Him. You want to hear about His Leelas. And for that, where do you go? You go to a satsang. You go and sit in a satsang and tell Prabhuji, please tell me something about God. I want to hear. But before the Leela, you should be convinced on philosophy. Philosophy is very important. Prabhuji and Mataji, there are many people who tell stories outside about God, but that doesn't make you God conscious. You read the entire Ramayana 200 times, you will not become Ram conscious. When an Acharya tells you the current situation, your situation, and gives you self-realization, and after that you read Ramayana, you will become Pakka devotee of Ram. You should know what is your situation. You should know how vulnerably you are situated in this material world. Then that will trigger you to become a devotee. That's why science of self-realization is needed before Bhagavad Gita. It's very important because science of self-realization is a course created by Veda Vyas as part of his Vedanta Sutra in a sequence where he is telling who you are. Athato, it starts from there. Who are you? What are you asking? First understand who are you? Who is he? What is your nature? Anando. Vyashat. You're always looking for pleasure. One sutra he told, and that sutra is nothing but our 12 sessions or whatever number of sessions of science of self-realization. So philosophy is very important for you to understand Katha. When you are convinced how helpless you are, what does philosophy do? It makes you convinced how helpless you are. Then Katha will actually enter your consciousness. And you will be so relieved when you hear the Katha. Many people read Krishna Katha, they don't feel relieved after that. No satisfaction. Why? Because you don't feel the need of understanding it. There are many good orators of Bhagavatam. You hear their class, 2 hours, you hear. After that, you will come out, you're like, much good. It's nice, achai. But you hear 15 minutes lecture of Prabhupada. 15 minutes. Prabhupada lectures, 18 minutes, 22 minutes. Directly hit you. My God, he shook me off. He told exactly what I'm supposed to, what is my current. That is a speciality of Prabhupada. Only one of these special acharyas, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, showed the material world black and white. Black and white he showed the material world. And then he said, surrender to Krishna. Only Prabhupada did that. Go and see such a self. Show me a book. Show me a lecture. Where Acharya is directly, showing this is a material world. This is a material world. And then he's telling, take shelter of Krishna. That's the speciality of ISKCON society. Because we completely, what do you say? Dissect. Yeah? In medical language, you completely postmortem of the material world. Right? Completely. And after hearing that lecture of Prabhupada, then you hear a Krishna Leela, you feel so much satisfaction. Because actually you get scared sometimes hearing the philosophy. How many of you hear Prabhupada lecture every day? Or at least once in a week? Prabhupada lecture. Prabhuji's and Mataji's, you have to hear his Prabhupada lecture. Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. You will miss the boat otherwise. Prabhupada lecture is the foundational. You might say, but I'm hearing my gurus, I'm hearing Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, I'm hearing Radheshan Prabhu, I'm hearing Keshavanand Prabhu, I'm hearing this Prabhu. Prabhupada lecture. It's very important. I'm telling you, start hearing that. I have made a resolution. So far, Krishna is helping me. Every day I hear one Prabhupada lecture. One. First thing in the morning. As soon as I get up, go to YouTube, Prabhupada lectures. Just click that. Something will come. I just click it. And the devotees are doing a wonderful job. I don't know which team it is. Transcripting entire Prabhupada lecture. In slide by slide, slide by slide. And what a powerful lecture Prabhupada lecture is. No compromise on philosophy, and with a lot of heaviness in the, increases your faith like anything when you hear Prabhupada lecture. And then you start your chanting program. I'm telling you. 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Today I think I heard a lecture, it was 55 minutes. Prabhupada's. Rare time he gives such a long lecture. Mostly it is 20-25 minutes. And you can keep that lecture, and maybe when you're getting dressed in the morning, not when you're bathing, obviously you can't hear it, but at a time when you're opening the altar, after going the Madhya portion, keep the proper lecture and finish the lecture. And then you start chanting. It's different level of, right? Because Prabhupada tells you where you are, how you are struggling with your senses, how to overcome the, struggle with the senses. Everything proper. And then you will actually realize that no matter whose lecture you are hearing in ISKCON, everybody has taken point from Prabhupada only. Even though you might see, it's a new point you told Prabhupada. What? I told it new because you never heard Prabhupada lectures. Prabhupada already told that point. He gave everything in his purports and everything in his room conversations, in his morning walks, in his Bhagavatam classes, in his Bhagavad Gita classes. Everything Prabhupada gave. We have to hear it faithfully every day. Actually, you can do that. Tomorrow morning, right after you get up, just start the lecture. When you are brushing, just stop it. You can't hear it properly. When you're taking bath, just stop it. Then, when you're getting dressed, at least 10 minutes you take time to take dressed, putting tilak and then, you're getting dressed. 10 minutes you'll hear that. Perfect way is here, sit and hear. But at least start like this, no? Something is better than nothing. Then you will start. Then, before chanting, another 5 minutes is there. Just keep your chanting and then just wait. Okay, let me finish this lecture. And then you start chanting. It's a different level Prabhupada takes us. Because Prabhupada was come from the spiritual world to save all of us. I was hearing this conversation of Gaur Govind Maharaj, and people are saying, what is the Swarupa of Prabhupada? Who is Prabhupada in the spiritual world? Like that they were discussing. So it's a big debate that goes on between devotees. Who is Prabhupada? Never told his Swarupa. Because if you read Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, a scripture that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati quotes, he tells the Swarupa of every Acharya. He is this covered boy, he is this gopi, he is this and that. All the devotees in Chaitanya Leela are coming from the spiritual world. Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, that book. Prabhupada quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, every single purport is said. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur in Gaura Ganodesha Deepika saying this particular Acharya, this particular devotee is this Gopa with this name in Goloka. Prabhupada never told about himself. So, one devotee was speculating is not a good word to say, but he was like, maybe Prabhupada is a Gopa, maybe he's in Sakya Bhava, because his prayers on Jaladuta kind of make us feel that he is talking to a friend, like that. I don't want to be the speculator. I'm just repeating the words of great acharyas. And when this conversation was going on, Gaur Govind Maharaj came into that room. Gaur Govind Maharaj is another great sannyasi devotee. We all missed when he was on this planet. So he came into that room and he looked at disciples. They all were like, Maharaj, Prabhupada is a Gopa, right? Because this conversation with Krishna made us feel like he is in Sakya Bhava. And, Maharaj told, he is a gopi. He is a gopi coming on. Why? He introduced Madhurya Bhava to the whole world. How can anybody without Madhurya Bhava give Madhurya Bhava? Like that. He laughed and he went and said, these are all conversations between great devotees. We can't understand. I mean, I'm not here to say, oh, no, Gopina, he can do it. But just hear it out. The acharyas are not ordinary people. Acharyas are at the next level. But we are fortunate that they are not ordinary living. They have come here, sent by Krishna. Prabhupada once told, I did not want to go. He sent me like that. Prabhupada told that once. I did not want to go. He sent me here. I have to deal with all this. People are, oh my God, Prabhupada is so good at managing, so many difficult situations. Different kinds of devotees would do different things in front of Prabhupada. Once one person, he told Prabhupada to paint some good pictures of Krishna. And every painting has to be approved by Prabhupada before it is kept as a painting in any ISKCON book. It's not like anything you paint and you tell Krishna and you'll agree. But people would make mistakes. They would make mistakes, and Prabhupada would be very heavy in mistakes. And sometimes it was very soft also because that fellow has tried so much. So one painter, he made a big rock. Nice rock he painted for some reason. And then he realized, oh my God, I have made a rock where there's no Krishna on it. Right? I'm supposed to make Krishna paintings, but I just made a rock. Then he made Krishna on that rock. It was very apparent. It is not like he made Krishna on the rock. He just added Krishna to the rock. And Prabhupada could find that out. And that Krishna was, because he was trying to make it fit with the rock, he made Krishna sit on the rock like this and holding his head. Something he imagined in a way. Now Prabhupada came and saw that picture and he said, "What is this?" And the devotee was like, "Prabhupada, this is Krishna in separation of gopis." He's keeping his head like that. Separation of gopis. Prabhupada looked at him and like, "Really?" No. This is Krishna having headache. Prabhupada declared, this painting is Krishna having headache. And then gopis will give their lotus feet dust. Okay? So he was encouraging even devotees who were, just imagine you're a foreigner, you don't know who is Krishna and you're painting somebody you don't know. Right? And one Mataji, I think Jadurani Mataji, I don't know, one great painter, one of the great painters, I don't know if it's her, but one of the Mataji, she painted Krishna is standing here, Radharani is holding the garland like this. Right? But I don't know in what consciousness she painted she's holding like this. Krishna is this side, she's holding the garland the other side. And then she realized, what did I paint? Then Prabhupada came. And she's like, "Prabhupada, please forgive me. I don't know why I did paint it like this. I kept this hand up and the garland this side. Krishna is this side." And Prabhupada is like, "Don't worry, she's very happy with your service, so she's giving the garland to you." Prabhupada knew how to encourage everybody in Krishna consciousness. Whatever little service they are doing, she's swapping the garland to her. She was, "Really, Prabhupada?" And she said, "Yeah, she's holding this side. You only meant." Okay. So Prabhupada knew exactly how to. And dealing with people in ISKCON movement is not easy. You have to deal with devotees. Right? Dealing with devotees is very, very dangerous. Because you do a wrong dealing, then Krishna will not like it. Especially. And dealing with non-devotees, people who are not practicing Krishna consciousness, is another big struggle in our offices. Recently, Radhesham Prabhu gave a beautiful example, analogy. He said, devotee should be like a tongue. Like a tongue, soft. Tongue is very soft, right? Very, very soft. But tongue remembers it is surrounded by 32 teeth. Right? Tongue is surrounded by 32 teeth. And how careful is the tongue? Very careful. It will deal as much as needed and then come out of there. If it stays there for a little long, what will happen? You'll bite the tongue. Your own teeth will bite your tongue. So be very careful when you're dealing with this material world. Very careful. Because you will be bitten. If you stay for too long with materialistic people, you will be bitten. And if you are too careless with devotees, you will be bitten. Material world, we should be very, very careful. We don't want to take another birth. But, there was a discussion. One devotee went to Prabhupada and he said, "Prabhupada, we are enjoying the book distribution like so much. We are enjoying the spiritual life so much. I am praying to Krishna that even if you send me again, I am okay to continue this service." Well, that's the highest principle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Nadanam, najanam, nasundarim, kavitam, va, jagadisham. Mama janmani, janmanishwari, bhavadar bhakti. Give me another birth also, no problem. I just want to be a devotee. All the time. But Prabhupada told, when the devotee went and told, "Prabhupada, I am ready to do." He said, "No, you go back." Prabhupada, "No, you don't plan to come back. I want you to go back." Prabhupada also told, "Don't take this so cheaply. You want to serve Krishna and all that. But Acharya is so merciful. He doesn't want you to stay. He doesn't want you to go through what you're going through." Right? Like Rantidev. "Kamye aham gati ishwarat param ashtarati yukta apunar bhavam va athim prapadye akila deha bhaja antasthita yena bhavanti adukha." At antasthita, I want to make sure that nobody is dukkha. That is what Acharya is thinking. I don't want to leave this planet until everybody is delivered. My God, what kind of benediction is that? Right? So Prabhupada is thinking like that. He doesn't want a single soul left in this place. Go back. Because this is a dirty place. You know, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj says, this material world is not for gentlemen. Says that. This material world is not for gentlemen. It's not a place for gentlemen to live. It's filled with manipulation, it's filled with duplicity, and you'll be sucked into it. Your mind will pull you into it without your awareness, without your desire also. Because you are part of it. Like you can't be in water and say, I'm getting wet. You will get wet because you're part of the water. Right? And you are in the material world, you will be allowed to do some things which you don't want to do. So why do you want to stay here? Go back. Krishna is coming back. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvati bharatah apyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam svajam. Next. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatusritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Sambhavami yuge yuge. Why is he coming again and again? Why is he coming again and again? To establish his love towards us. That is the main thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come why? To start Nam Sankirtan, to distribute the love of Godhead. Because Sambhavami Yuga Yuga is not to come and do a war. That is not what his goal is. He wants to claim us back, he wants to attract us back. He wants all of us back. And he will come and do Leelas. He will come and do Leelas just to attract us. So please come back to me. In every Leela of Krishna is so sweet. It's so sweet. Because he knows that we all like sweet. We all like sweet things. Can I tell you a sweet Leela? Too much philosophy?
You said it's sweet.
Okay. So there is this. How many of you have gone to Pili Kund in Vrindavan? Yellow Kund, right? Yeah. So this is a beautiful Leela of Pili Kund. Pili, they also Pili Kund and Pili Poker, they say, yeah. So it's a sweet Leela that happened on a single day. So Dhruva Muni had told that if you cook for Krishna with love, he'll be always healthy. So Srimati Radharani was very keen on keeping Krishna healthy. So every day she would go from her place to Vrindavan and cook for Krishna. And Yashoda Maya used to look at Radharani when she comes for cooking. Little girl, but she's coming every day and cooking. And Yashoda Maya is so beautiful. Oh, this little girl is so beautiful. She's so nice. She's so loving to my son. And she's cooking so my son will be healthy. And Krishna is very enjoying eating whatever is being cooked for him. And Radharani is so happy. Oh, I'm cooking for Krishna. Krishna, I'm cooking for him. And one day Yashoda Maya thought, I think she should become my daughter-in-law. She's cooking for my son every time. So she should become my daughter-in-law. And Radharani is one happy girl, going around playing with the Sakhis and this and that. And she loves Krishna, but the aspect of marriage is not in her mind at that point. So Radharani comes and cooks. This day, what Yashoda Maya does, he holds the hands of Radharani and she puts chandan, haldi, paspu. She puts haldi in her hands. And Radharani is like, what does it mean? He's like, what does it mean? Maya, what does it mean? And Yashoda Maya says, don't you know? If you have been put haldi, that means you are the wife of Krishna. We have accepted you as the wife of your daughter-in-law. She said, no, I'm not thinking like that. Like a little girl. Like, oh, no. Why did you put no, my mother will know. Oh my God, my mother will know. She runs out of the house. And she goes and she's searching where to remove this haldi. And she goes to this kund. Starts washing her hands. The more she's washing, the more haldi is coming out. And the entire kund has become like yellow color. Right? That's your Pili kund. Right? So the Lalita and Vishaka, they go, hey, stop. How much more haldi will you remove? Your whole Vrindavan will become yellow. Stop it. No, it's not going. It's not going. It's like, how will it go? Yashoda Maya gave it. It will not go that easily. She tries and tries and tries and tries. I think she manages to remember to a large extent. But finally, when she goes to her house, immediately her mother, Kirtida, listen, who kept this? To your hands, they look yellow. And she would try, Yashoda Maya kept it. Oh, that means there is a proposal from the house. That means there is a proposal from the house that they want you to be their daughter-in-law. And she immediately calls Rishabhanu. Maharaj, Rishabhanu Maharaj, please come. Our daughter has got a marriage proposal. The signal has come from that side. Krishna's family, our dear, very dear Kana Krishna, they want to make her our daughter their daughter-in-law. What do you say? Of course, what is there to say? We are ready. So we should reciprocate back. We should reciprocate back. The news is spread already in the entire Vraj. That Radharani's hands are, it's kept and she's ready and accepted on one side. So the Vrindavan is waiting for signal from Raval, signal from Barsana. I don't know Raval or Barsana, which side Radharani used to live that time. She was born in Raval, but I don't know this incident when it happened, whether she was in Barsana or what. From her side, the reply is yet to come. So everybody in Vrindavan is waiting. Reply has to come, reply has to come. Immediately Rishabhanu, he removed her. He says, get the nice jewelry that we have. He's a king. They get nice jewelry, gold and pearls and everything. They put in big plates and call the servants and says, send this to Nanda Maharaj's house. So they are carrying this golden, pearls and gold and all ornaments, and they're taking it to Vrindavan. And all the Vrindavan market, that means us side bhi maan gaye. They have accepted. Both the sides have accepted now. This side has given the indication they are interested. That side is giving the indication that they are sending it. And the pearls come home and Yashoda Maya is so happy. Oh, Rishabhanu sent it, which means the proposal is accepted. But Nanda Maharaj is thinking, what should we do now? We also are supposed to reciprocate back. But he is a king. I am a Vaishya. I don't have any of these jewels. What should I do? I should sit down and reciprocate. I also should send some jewelry back. Right? So he was thinking what to do. Then he said, let us go and see what he has sent. So they go and see. They only see gold, no pearls. Right? Where are the pearls? We saw that he sent gold and pearls. The pearls are missing. Then you remember, who is the greatest thief in the house? Krishna. This fellow has done something. Then they go to Krishna and say, little Krishna. Say, Krishna, where did you keep the pearls? Right? I'm sure, don't give us a lie now. You are the one who took the pearls. No, I never lie. You asked me where are the pearls? I'll show you. I only took the pearls. He never does that for butter, right? He always says, I never ate butter. This time, I only took the pearls. Where did you keep the pearls? Where did you take the pearls? No, you wanted to give back to. I heard you want to give back, but you don't have money and pearls. So I was trying to create pearls for you. So what do you mean creating pearls? He said, yeah, I took the pearls and I planted them in the backyard. So plants will come, more pearls will come on the plant. Immediately, Nanda Maharaj is like, hey Krishna, that doesn't work like that. Hey, everything you can't plant and get, like that. They are pearls. Pearls don't come on trees. They come in oceans. Right? They come in an ocean. You have to find a pearl. Krishna says, no, pearls come on trees. I know. Just imagine a small child telling you, pearls come on trees. Nanda Maharaj, really? Show me where you planted. He says, no, by now they should have come. Huh? By now they should have come. Take me there. And actually, Nanda Maharaj goes and sees in the backyard, there are plants sprouted out with pearls hanging. Hooray, Krishna is like Krishna. Ye kahan ka magic hai? Then they actually pluck pearl by pearl. Taka, 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 they pluck all the pearls. And they put them all in a big, like fresh pearls from the trees. Put them all in a big plate and they send that plate back to Radharani's house. That proposal is accepted and reciprocated back. Right? So they are very happy. Oh, we have sent something, they have sent something. So all the proposal is done. Now the marriage has to happen. Right? But Radharani is like, I'm so small, I am not thinking about all this right now. I want to play with my Sakhis. I want to play and go around. What is this whole marriage thing? She is still confused. And in the meantime, Krishna, he heard about this yellow pond, right? Billy Poker. I want to go and see that. So Krishna goes to the Billy Poker. Little Krishna is walking and is saying, tup, 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 tup. This is poker. Huh? Yellow water? Let me touch this water. Let me see what, how it became yellow. He keeps his feet in the water and he gets shocked. He gets a shock. Just can you imagine God getting shocked? Right? He gets a shock. Why? Because it is water from that has touched Radharani's body, Radharani's hands. He gets a shock. Wow. Then he puts one more leg, another shock. One more leg, another shock. He starts walking into the lake, into that little pond, one after the one step up, one step up. And then the water comes till his knees, and Krishna is still walking. Then it comes till his thighs, he's still walking inside. And all the monkeys and all the cows and cowherd boys are all looking at Krishna. Hey, Krishna, what are you doing? And Krishna is enjoying that. As he's going inside and inside, he's getting more and more shocks. And he's enjoying the thrill of going inside. And finally goes to a point where his head is also inside, only his peacock feather is outside. Peacock feather is, and he starts walking inside the pond, and peacock feather is walking on the, on the surface. And like, hey, Krishna is inside the water. And peacock feather is going here and there. And then Krishna comes out. And Krishna comes out, and his bluish black body turns into yellow, completely yellow. And Acharya explained that was the first revelation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming out, in the same color of Srimati Radharani, in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Krishna comes out and looks at everybody, and everybody is saying yellow, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so is coming out, and Krishna is like that. He is immersed in the ecstasy of love of Srimati Radharani, because the whole pond has touched him. And every part of him has become yellow in color, and he's so much in love with, oh, I have come out. And this news goes to Puranmasi. Now, Puranmasi is the head director of entire Vrindavan. All the Leelas have to first be approved by her. You can't just do a Leela and go and tell Leela happened. Puranmasi has to approve the Leela. So Puranmasi is like, how did this Leela happen? It never came from an approval. I have to set the scene, I have to set Vrindavan, this, that, I have to do. Suddenly it happened. When did it happen? Today morning only it happened. Today morning only Haldi was kept on her hand. She went and told. Pearls were sent. Pearls are reversed back. Everything. Pond is ready. They are going to get married. Purnima says, no. This is not the time. This is not the time. They have to experience more. There are more Leelas of Krishna. This is not the time. Then she, with her Yoga Maya, she stops the marriage of Radha and Krishna. She says, no, this marriage should not happen. But the kund still remains, even though it is there. Because they are going to enjoy more. Bharatiya rasa has to happen. How can this immediately happen? They are actually meant to enjoy in different ways. So it's another Leela, which again we will not discuss beyond this. But the point is, these kind of Leelas are done by Krishna to attract whom? To attract all of us. And to remind all of us, right? To remind all of us that the world there is very sweet. We are in a world where we are struggling to find the sweetness. But just imagine you actually going and participating in this Leela, if you are fortunate, and actually seeing the gopis, gopas, Krishna, cows, Vrindavan. And we can go there because we are his eternal parts. Right? We are eternal parts. And we can actually go back there, provided we desire. All we have to do is desire. And these Leelas, when we hear, they will attract us to go back to Krishna. Like Govardhan Leela, we discussed so much on Giriraj Leela. We discussed on Radha Kund, Shyam Kund during the Kartik time. Right? We may not remember all the Leelas. We discussed 2 hours actually. Many things. Right? But we heard these Leelas and we know that the other side is very attractive. So on the deathbed, or while we are reaching the deathbed, if you remember these Leelas, just imagine you're dying, last breath, and you're remembering this yellow pond where Krishna went inside. You'll go to the yellow pond. You'll go to the river front and you'll, I'm here. Hare? It's over. Hare Krishna. It's over. Finished. Done. Krishna, please forgive me. I did a big mess with my life. I went into this endless cycles of births and deaths. But now I'm back. But it is that simple when our heart is simple. It is that simple when we take Sharanagati. And Sharanagati comes when we feel helpless. We are not feeling helpless because we still think we are the doers. That is the problem. We are not feeling helpless. Helplessness will come. Problems will come. I was hearing Prabhupada lecture. Prabhupada is saying, devotees worship Krishna and they thank Krishna when they get problems. Deep state. We hear this from many others also, right? But he was saying, worship Krishna and we thank Krishna when we get problems. Why? Because in the problems we remember him more and more and more and more and more. Just imagine if you get to know that next 12 days you're going to die. If I was not Krishna conscious, that would have been the worst news to hear. But if you are Krishna conscious, in the right situation, that's the best news to hear. Krishna, 12 more days only? Done? Krishna, really? I have declared. I want to come back to you. Chuskudava, and keep full faith in him. I want to come. I'm openly desiring. I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you. No other place. Done. I don't have anything. Okay, whatever little, hand over. That's what Parikshit Maharaj did. That's what he did. As soon as he got to know, Janmaya, come, take the kingdom. Here is this. Here, hand over. Within, no will, no lawyer, no nothing. Just hand it over, changed his clothes, removed everything, bore it open, walked into the forest. I am ready, Krishna. Now I don't want to spend a single moment doing any nonsense. But we are fortunate that because of his act, Srimad Bhagavatam came, and Srimad Bhagavatam is on that wall and it's there in our houses, and we can experience what Parikshit Maharaj experienced the last 7 days, even now, just by reading Bhagavatam. Right? Bhagavatam is right in front. Today morning I was hearing to some class of Subara Prabhu. So nicely Prabhu was discussing about dead body. It was a very nice description. Beautifully explained. After that, I had to go for another class. Sorry, I will hear it later. He was explaining the difference between a live body and a dead body. You can actually feel the lifelessness, right? So, if we are not Krishna conscious, you're like dead bodies in this material world. And what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do while you are in this material world? Serve. Look for service. Look for service. And we are fortunate that Krishna, if we do proper service, Krishna is going to send great souls to help us go back to him. Right? There is a great service opportunity. I was hearing from the Voice Boys up that they are distributing Bhagavad Gitas in a government school, and they are short of money because they sponsored half the price of the Bhagavad Gitas, and the remaining half is spending. They are short of 15,000 rupees, and 700 odd Bhagavad Gitas will go. Right? So, if you want to contribute a part of the 15,000, then on your behalf, Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita will enter so many houses. You can meet that Prabhuji right after the satsang. Whatever little you can, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, or you can even give return 50,000. Done. But Prabhuji, what are you doing here? You are declaring it to Krishna that I am serious to come back to you. I don't have any attachment towards anything. I don't have any attachment towards anything. So we get devotional opportunities. Krishna is sending us opportunities to know how much we are inclined to come back to him. What is money? Money will come and go. Money can just come like this and go like this. How many of you got money when you were not expecting? Anybody here? Who gave that money? Jagannath only gave. How many of you lost money when you were not expecting? Who took that money? And tomorrow morning your salary who will send? Not any bank, he will only send. Right? Entire economy can go doom in one day, and you will not get your salary also. What happened to that news that day, right? Narendra Modi came on the note and he said, 2 notes will not work from tomorrow. Really? What is this? I have so much cash in the house. And became invalid the very next day. Can you imagine? Actually, that's a great way of looking at things, that this material world, nothing has true worth of itself. You know, I had given, that time I was doing my interior work in Avatar, and I had given some money for making the frames, the similar kind of frames you are seeing here. Wanted to get those frames done for my house, and I gave money, and I gave 2,000 rupee notes, like 24 of them, 48,000 or something. I gave there. I had that cash that time with me. I gave it. Next day morning, that fellow says, "Sir, आपका note नहीं चलेगा, आप क्या bank transfer करो?" अरे, I gave you 48,000. No, whatever, you come and take it, whatever note there. Previous day, he took it like worshipable. 24 hours, they are meaningless. Right? You're holding them and like, what do you do with it? Then I had to tell him, "Arey bhaiya, मैं क्या करूँगा उसके साथ?" I told, "For contractual law, you took it, at that time they were valid." That fellow said, "I will get a contract. I am not giving you photo frames." Then I had to tell him, "No, you can still go and submit it." He also told that you can deposit it. This that I convinced him. And he said, "Okay, I'll try and tell you no. Whether it will work or no, I'll try and tell." They worked. But this is material world. Everything that we bank on, everything that we think is worthy can become unworthy in a flash of a second. Recently, there was an earthquake in Telangana. Right? Another 2 points upper on the radar scale, all our houses' real estate value would have become 5 rupees per square feet. That's all. Isn't it? Where do you live? Lodhas. Lodhas mein kya hua? Gadda. One crack came in Lodhas. What is the birth of Lodhas after that? Huh? Avatar, what is the square feet of it? Chapra. He's very humble. Huh? Maybe, I don't know, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 per square feet? 10,000? See, you're feeling already nice. Who has Avatar? Right? One crack. Krishna's one crack. No, but one crack. And after that, which block has the crack? What is the value of that? Do you want to purchase a building with a crack? Only crack fellow will purchase a crack flat, isn't it? What is the value square feet rate? Probably crack which is the rate? 0. Yesterday, what is the rate? 10,000. Today, what is the rate? 5 rupees. All our ego is crushed. I have land. I have this much land. Then what is that board? Waqf board. That fellow will come and tell, "This land is mine." Right? Our beautiful government passed laws in such a way, he can look at anybody and tell, "This land is mine." I am grateful they didn't put wife in that. His wife is mine. That also law they would have passed if you would have stayed for some more time. This husband is mine, this is mine, that is mine. Whatever I see is mine. What will you do? Land is gone. What do you do after that? No, I have ISB degree. I am working director. What is it? Land away. Flat need land need. I am educated. What do you do with that education? What do you do with that education? Everything is gone. Krishna can make us a beggar. 16th morning, 8 o'clock. December 16th, morning, 8 o'clock. You are begging on the streets. And nobody will give you a single penny because your face value, you will know that thing. After my value endo. Right? He can do that. Can he do that? He can do that. But if we have faith in him, we remember that we are his fragmental parts, then we will not be worried. Let it go. Let it go. Right? That is what devotional life is. We become the richest people. Spiritual life makes us the richest. Richest of what? Fearless. Abhaya Charanara Vrindare. Bhajapure Mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vrindare. Abhaya Charanara Vrindare. Completely become fearless. Because you know, all this is temporary. Whatever I have, whatever qualification I have, whatever wealth I have, everything is temporary. But while it is there, I should use it in service of Krishna. Right? You all sponsored so many Bhagavatams. We are distributing Bhagavatams one by one. Next week it is starting. Subhara Prabhu has a track of it. We'll show it. If somebody wants to go and be at the place where Bhagavatam is getting distributed, Prabhuji is going to send messages. We are doing it in Khammam, we are doing it in Vedadri, we are doing it in Siddipet. We are going to each different, instead of one place, Bhadrachalam, we are doing it in different places. So all the donors who have donated Bhagavatam here, your Bhagavatam is going to the right hands. We are not going to give it to anybody who is not worthy for it. Who are going to use it for distributing the knowledge. Veda Pandits, Purohits, Archaks, Brahmans, right? Who are in that service, we are going to give it to them. So it's a great service. And Bhagavad Gitas are being distributed profusely for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. Let's be part of it. Whatever little we can. And His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is coming in January. Hare Krishna, he is coming from January 23rd to February 4th. He is here. And I have requested him for, he said, Prabhu, I want to serve corporate people. Because he has a way to attract corporate people. So I requested devotees, if any of you are working in companies, try to propose that, there is a sadhu who can give very good courses. Actually, he is a better speaker than any other speaker I've seen in corporates, the way he explains. So there are some devotees who are already helping me. 2 sessions in Wells Fargo are already confirmed.
Very well.
Yes. And in Infosys it is confirmed. And in few other companies, it is getting, Apollo Hospitals is calling in now these times. Yeah, it's working. Krishna Dalal Prabhu is trying to help me. So I'm trying to put, it's here only, right? Yeah, here is the, you can see, this is this, oh, it's not coming. Krishna really should be tough. Anyway. What's coming? Yeah, so you can, yeah, I can. So you can also try to go in your office and tell that, HR, that certain and certain person can give a good seminar. So you can see, this is travel schedule. I was not planning to show this to you all, but this is how we make a schedule of a sadhu. Right? Day by day until 4th. And what session is going to take in the morning, where we'll have breakfast, how much time to commute, where is the lunch, what afternoon session, corporate sessions, then evening session, some of the slots is available, then dinner, where is he going to stay? Mostly we are trying to keep him in this locality only. And so I requested Prabhuji that if he can take a session on Mahabharata. Yeah. And I told, you want corporate sessions? I want your sessions. Good negotiation, Karna. So he told, what kind of session you want? I said, Prabhu, I want to know exactly what happened in those 18 days of war. Krishna in Kurukshetra, I want to hear the Leela. He said, Hari Bol, I will tell in 6 sessions. So he also gave a title of that. He said, those 18 days. The title. You can see. So January 24th, Friday, the first, those 18 days, part 1 is going to happen. And then part 2, part 3, part 4, then part 5, and finally part 6. Right? Those 18 days. And he's also going to visit some other communities like Zenith and Avatar and some other places wherever he can. But his main focus is, see, we need to serve in a way that Guru is pleased. Right? So he wants to serve and touch base on the corporates. So please put your endeavor, you can, all of you can. Wherever you're working, just go and tell the HR, I have a brochure of how to present it, where all he has done. He's a very, very profound speaker and he has written a lot of books. He's written a book called Gita for CEOs. And he has given a list of topics. So you can go and present it. And If they can pay for it, let them pay for it. They'll get some Sukruti. Right? And if they don't pay for it, let them take books. He's going to sign and give. Anyway, we can contact. Should I send that brochure in the group? Yeah, in Gachibali Satsang group, I'll send it. Go tell your HR, I have behaved so nicely for 10 years. Do something for me. And if you don't do, you'll know the real me after this. Just kidding. Right? So please engaging our situation in Krishna consciousness, right? Engaging everything that we have. So when Mataji, Shalu Mataji and Amit, Anil Prabhu, they are not here. They are trying to put these sessions in Novartis. Also, we are trying to get it done. Sunil Prabhu is not here. Microsoft, Nirendra Prabhu is trying to help. And yeah, so we're going one by one. Srinivas Prabhu, I told him for Wipro, if he can try. He said he'll try. Yeah, Varchusa Prabhuji is working. He said he'll try. So let us see. See, point, what are we trying to do? We're trying to connect a sadhu to people. And if they get connected, they get benefited, they get delivered. And Krishna will be so pleased. Right? From Pichiboli, some people will go back to Goloka. Not Pichiboli, Pichiboli. Hare Krishna. So this is one. And another thing, on 5th of January, we are starting the new year. 5th of January is Sunday feast. Exactly at this time, His Holiness Indradunya Swami Maharaj is going to be. So fortunate, right? Yeah. So what are we going to do when he comes here? Beg. Give me devotion. Give me devotion, which I don't have. And he has written a new book. He is launching the book. Please get it signed with his hands. Last time we did 50 books. This time we should at least do 75 books. Right? Mahesh Prabhu, whose count is always wrong. Right? 50th book is sold 10 times. Right? So he's expecting Mahesh Prabhu to be there on that day, on that Sunday feast. Right? And Maharaj will be here. 99.99% it is confirmed. Right? He's going to be here on Sunday. I requested if it can be on Sunday, so we all are here. And Maharaj will do amazing kirtan. I have requested Nirendra Prabhu to also bring his group here only. So we are already, I don't know, 150, 200, there will be another 100. So this, I told the hall will fit around 600, so we'll see. Right?
It's been exactly 1 year.
Exactly 1 year, yeah, exactly 1 year. So people who are online, please come out of your online platform, come to the center. Mahal channel, please Randy. Right? So Indradunya Maharaj is going to be here. And if you are fortunate, His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj will be here. I'm trying to work and see if that happens. Maharaj is going to give initiations, I heard. I don't know when, next year, beginning? Yeah, and he's going to visit Hyderabad. So I'm already in touch with Shri Ram Prabhu. Thoda daya karo hamare upar. Send his devotees when they visit this side of the world. So, so Maharajas are coming. So beginning 2025 with a lot of blessings. Very over. Right? Already 2025 is planned. So don't die before that. If Yamadutas come, then tell them, thoda time do. Right? Indradunya Maharaj is coming. Thoda time do. Book kharide ke liye. I mean, book kharide ke liye thoda time do. After 5th you can come. When they come on 6th, you can tell Bhakti Raghav Maharaj is coming, he told. So wait after. Then you can tell him, no. Chaitanya Prabhu, those 18 days, after that you can take me. So we'll keep postponing and relishing the sadhu sangha. Sadhu sangha, sarva shastri koy, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi koy. There is nothing more greater than sadhu sangha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande. Okay, any questions? Oh, Prabhuji has a question. Yeah, you can pass the mic. We'll just finish in 5 minutes. After that, we'll have Prashad. Yeah. So, in which shloka? In that 10.7. Yeah. 15th chapter, Seventh shloka. That's what we did. Vamai Vamsho Jival. Okay. Yes, bro. Go ahead with your question. Yeah. Second paragraph. Yeah, here is second paragraph. It's coming now. Yeah. Brahma, Lord Shiva, and even Vishnu are all parts and parcels of Supreme Lord. Is that your question?
అంటే ఇక్కడ సుప్రీం లార్డ్ అండ్ విష్ణు both are same.
Yeah, both are same. They are the kind of parts they are. We are different and they are different. Yes. They are plenary expansions. They are actually him only, but they are expanding into more. But we are part of him, but we are not him. That's the difference.
ఇక్కడ సుప్రీం లార్డ్ మీన్స్ కృష్ణ.
Huh.
ఈ కాంటెక్స్ట్ అంటే విష్ణు ఈ కాంటెక్స్ట్
Vishnu is Supreme Lord. Again, Supreme Lord himself, when he comes and manages his whole material world. It's him only. There is no difference between Vishnu and Krishna. But he expands himself for the service. But Krishna is always in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. God doesn't have to come and maintain all of us. God is enjoying. He's Bhagwan, Rasaraj. He's always enjoying. So even as Vishnu is part of him doing certain activity. A lot of people actually, before coming to ISKCON, a lot of people have this confusion that Vishnu and Krishna are totally same. They are same. At the same time, the activity that they are doing is different.
అంటే మహాభారతంలో అంటే రీసెంట్ గా జరిగింది కదా
Yeah,
5000 years
yeah,
back.
yeah.
But
Mike is there?
Mahabharata, I think 5000 years back done that Mahabharata. So Krishna was there 5000 years back. But Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So that hierarchy, so that is something else somewhere.
Yeah. So that is the Tattva perspective, Prabhuji. If you look at the Tattva of Krishna, Tattva of Vishnu, there is no beginning, there is no end. But Krishna himself comes once in a day of Brahma. He explains. Himself. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He says. There are many, many avatars, but Krishna is avatari. Right? He is in the form of Vishnu at all times. At all times is there. There is never a time when Vishnu is not present. There is no difference between Vishnu and Krishna. There is actually no difference. But all Vishnus are doing the work for Krishna, coming through Krishna. Right? When Krishna has to deal with this material world, when he has to create, destruct, maintain, he expands himself. He doesn't have to leave Vrindavan and go and do that. He just expands. And then that is happening there. We cannot do that, right?
No.
If we have to go to office. Then you can't tell your boss, my expansion will come and sign the time sheet. You can't tell that. Then he'll tell, my expansion will sack you also. Right? Doesn't work for us. But for Krishna, it works. Krishna is to Bhagavan's man. He doesn't want to deal with all these things. We are his eternal parts and parcels, but we left him. He wants to claim us back, so he expands. But sometimes, once in a day of Brahma, he also feels, I think I should personally go and get some people. Right? So he personally comes. Krishna is to Bhagavan's man. He comes as that same Krishna. He appears through Vishnu. Krishna is a Vishnu avatar, but he is also avatari. He comes through the same channel of Vishnu. And he appears here, does his Leela, and then disappears and goes back. And still he remains. Krishna is even there now here. He is always Sarvantarayami. He is always everywhere. He is there. Right? But the difference is Vishnu is more official name. If you look at all the Vedas, you will never see Krishna's name. Vedas will only have Vishnu name. Narayan name it is there. Because they are operating deity, they say. Vedic operating deity is Vishnu. Right? But at the end of every yajna, what is it? Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. Hari Bol, Nitai Gol, Anta Nide. Right? So, from our perspective, Prabhuji, there is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu. But Vishnu is him coming out to do some activities. But at the same time, he's still there back, doing his own likely activities. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. विश्वनाथ नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, दयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रदिकाचार्य स्तोत्र ज्वाइन दिस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, दयम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रदिकाचार्य स्तोत्र ज्वाइन दिस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसारी गौर भक्त वृंद की, ओम श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ धाम की, पुण्य क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की, गंगे मैया की, यमुने मैया की, भक्त Bhakti Devi ki, Kaliga Pavan Tulsi Maharani ki, Harinam Sankirtani ki, Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Transcendental Prashadam Distribution ki, Nitai Gaur Hari Premanand. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurang. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhye racha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai. So Prabhuji, there is some pani puri stall, there is some masala, there is some snacks. This all is being done as a great service actually. So please take advantage. Take those snacks, use it in your office, use it in your families, do it because they are prashad. You don't get this outside because everybody has a need and knack of having snacks. So why not have prashadam snacks? It's being done by Murlidhar Govind Prabhu. 3 Haribols to Murlidhar Govind Prabhu. Haribol. Yeah, he's doing it as more like a service. He's making it very available, accessible to us. So please take advantage and take them. And I'm very grateful to many devotees who are sponsoring. And by the way, there is announcement by. Huh?
Also make some announcement.
Yeah, Shri Gopal Prabhu announcements.
There's a birthday cake also. Yeah, so today